People are always like, oh, jealousy is so bad, you can't be sad, anger is so toxic, but like, are those emotions really bad? Because honestly, they are just like a really human thing we all experience. So just think of your emotions as those lights on your car dashboard, like those emojis that light up when your car needs to have something checked. So when one of these light up doesn't necessarily mean that there is something wrong with your car. It's just a signal that lets you know that maybe you should be paying attention to this particular thing, or something could be going on, but it doesn't mean that something is broken. So the fact that this lights up itself, it's not bad. What would be bad is if you just decided to ignore that signal and be like, oh no, my car shouldn't have this, so I'm just going to pretend like it's not there, and then do that until your car finally breaks down. It's the same with our emotions, Emotions itself, they are not bad. They are just the way in which our body signals us that the environment is affecting us somehow. And we just decide to give a meaning to those signals, right? That's why we label emotions as good or bad. But the emotion itself, it's like the light on the car dashboard. So feeling sad or angry or disgusted or jealous, none of those things are bad, Your body is just reacting to the different situations, and that's fine. It happens to all of us. What can be problematic, it's how you are going to react to those emotions and what meaning you decide to give to them, Just like when the light turns on your car dashboard, if you decide to ignore that signal, it's going to be problematic. The same happens with your emotions. If you decide to ignore them, or you're not fully aware of how to act properly, then that's what can be problematic, not the emotion itself. So let me give you an example. Imagine that you see your partner flirting with someone, because you don't know if they're really flirting. They just seem like way too friendly, or just like suspicious, but you're not sure, and you see that and you just feel jealous. That's fine. It doesn't mean you're toxic. Your body is just reacting to that situation that you just saw. Now you have two options. You have more options, but let's pretend you have two. The first one is to just go ahead and start screaming to your partner and calling them cheaters and start making like this huge drama and start insulting them, stuff like that. And the other option is to just realize how you feel, take a deep breath, and try to think about the situation. And once you calm down, you decide to talk to your partner. In both cases, you're feeling jealous. But in just one of those situations, you are being problematic. So the jealousy itself is not the problem, but how you decide to react to that emotion, that's what can be problematic or not. Understanding your emotions is way easier once you stop labeling as good or bad, and once you stop thinking that there are emotions you should seek and emotions you should run away from, and just start accepting them as just part of the human experience that don't really have a negative or positive connotation, because that's just the way in which your body signals you what's going on in the environment, so you can adapt better to it. Emotions are not separated from you, as in something you should run away from or just seek forever. They are intrinsical to the human experience, and they are something we all go through. So it's okay to feel. Doesn't matter what you're feeling. It's valid, What matters is how you decide to act upon those emotions. Because if you realize that there's a particular emotion that's bothering you, the solution is not to ignore it or pretend like it's not there, just fight it because you shouldn't be feeling that way. Why if instead of fighting or trying to run away from it, you just try to accept that emotion as simply a signal that there's a situation in your life that's making you feel bad, and focus on what you can do, if there's something you can do to make the situation better so you stop feeling that emotion. Because the fact that it's okay to feel doesn't mean that you should just settle for the bad emotions just because that's part of life. No, if there's an emotion that's bothering you or that you don't like to feel, you don't have to focus on avoiding it. You can try to work on what's triggering that emotion so you stop feeling it. Listen, you are going to feel your way through life, and it's really exhausting to try to spend your whole life just running away from something that's just a part of existence. It's valid to feel sad and angry and jealous and all of those bad things. And just in case you need to hear this today, in the same way you might be feeling bad right now, you are going to be happy again, and you are going to love again, and you are going to be excited again, and you are going to feel intrigued, and you're just going to feel joy, because that's life, you know. Life, it's full of experiences that trigger different emotions, and it's never going to be static. You know, it's not like you're going to be stuck with the same emotion forever. Sometimes you're going to feel good emotions, sometimes you're going to feel bad emotions. It's easier to just accept that and just enjoy the situations that cause those good emotions, and try to work on the situations that cause the bad emotions, because that's the only thing we can actually control. You know, we cannot control how we feel, but we have a certain degree of control on the situations that make us feel in that particular way. Just try to be more involved with life and less afraid of it, because there is no point in running away from the things that make you human, because they're going to be with you forever. And just in case at some point in your life overall just feels boring or stagnant, and you feel like you're stuck in your present and you're really going nowhere, and you just feel like you're living the same day every day and you don't even like it, try to think about the fact that having this time means that you are given the time to just heal from the things you no longer want to carry in your life. So even when life feels stagnant and it feels like nothing is happening and you just feel stuck and bored, you still have things you can leave and things you can feel and things to work on. Like, life is still happening even if it feels like it's not. So take advantage of those moments as well in order to live your life fully. Trust me, once you just accept your emotions as neutral signals, life gets way easier, because it takes away from you the weight of having to constantly escape from bad emotions and the pressure of having to constantly seek good emotions and the guilt when you don't feel good all the time.